Good morning, friends. Dictation will start after 5 seconds. So be ready, start. The honorable members who have spoken before said that the small growers get the correct price from the board. Full stop. This is not so. Full stop. The entire bulk of the profits they make in the home market and in the foreign market is kept by the bigger growers who dominate this coffee board. Full stop. The price they get is more than what they pay to the small growers. That is the complaint of the small growers. Full stop. So it is not correct to say that the profits this board makes are equally distributed to the small growers. Full stop. Hence the conflict between the big growers and the small growers is increasing. Full stop. Therefore, it is necessary on the part of the government to do justice to the small growers. Full stop. The government thinks that by taking powers for nominating the president of the board, it is able to do justice to the small growers. Full stop. The number of the small growers is 34,000 while the number of the big growers is 590. Full stop. Most of the seats reserved for the growers in the last board were monopolized by the big growers. Full stop. The majority of the seats were held by the big growers and the number of seats the small growers got was very meager. Full stop. It was not more than 4 if my recollection is correct. Full stop. What the government should have done was to give equal representation to the small growers. Full stop. They should have asked the growers to return their representatives or to give a panel of names from which government could have chosen some. Full stop. The choice of the representatives should have been left to the respective or organization. Full stop. If there was no organization for the small growers, government should have asked them to organize one separately and then send in their representatives. Full stop. Our friends said that the representatives of the small growers were there on the existing board. Full stop. It is true, but I know the practice of these big growers or big industrialists. Full stop. Having given membership to the smaller fry on their organizations, they do not allow them to express themselves. Full stop. The chairman or the man who holds sway of the board sees to it that all the members agree to what he dictates. Full stop. That is the practice in these associations. Full stop. We know that. Full stop. So it is better to have a separate organization for the small growers and ask them to submit their panel of names to represent them on the board. Full stop. Representation on the board should not be governed by the number of acres owned and the amount of capital invested but by the number of the growers. Full stop. If this principle is adopted, the bigger growers will not be able to run away with what they want. Full stop. In this connection, I would also say that instead of nominating the president, the government should do this. Full stop. The government should ask the respective organizations of the big growers, the small growers, labor and the consumers to send in the names of their representatives and then include members of parliament. Full stop. Pehra. Then the board constituted in this way should be asked to elect its chairman. Full stop. If this procedure is adopted, when the government can see that no big grower is elected to the chairmanship. Full stop. In that case, only a man who can command a majority in the board will be elected, and that man will see to it that justice is done to all the interests concerned. Full stop. But here the government, in the name of taking over control of the industry, wants to bureaucratize the whole industry. Full stop. I do not think that by bureaucratizing the board, the government will be able in any way to help the industry to develop or to bring about better working conditions for the labor. Full stop. One member in the select committee said that no representation should be given to labor. Full stop. That is the attitude of the growers. Full stop. That is the attitude generally of all employers in this country. Full stop. But is it just on their part to deny representation to labor as well as to the consumers? Question mark. Certainly the rights of these people should be recognized, but personally I do not think that by merely giving representation to labor on the board, the government can do justice to labor. Full stop. It is true that the minister in the select committee as well as in his reply to the debate in the other house said that the working conditions of labor were very pitiable and deplorable and should be improved. Full stop. Sir, there was also a petition sent to the Lok Sabha by the employees of the coffee house recommending to the house that their petition should be considered. Full stop. The employers deny the rights of the workers and they say that they have made all efforts to develop the industry in all these 13 years. Full stop. At whose cost? Question mark. It is at the cost of the workers by paying them low wages. Full stop. They have made a huge profit, which is expressed in the reply of Mr. Radcliffe to a question of the Honourable Minister of Commerce and Industry that he had been distributing a dividend of 13.5% in 1 year. Full stop. In 1 year, he had given 20% dividend, in another year 27%, and in Yet another year he gave 19% to his shareholders. Full stop. At the same time, this big dividend is after deducting the expenses including depreciation, taxation, reserve fund and reserve fund to capital invested. Full stop. Apart from all these, they have made a net profit so as to distribute an average dividend at 13.5%. Full stop. Can anybody imagine that such an industry should be allowed to distribute this high dividend at the cost of the poor labor who actually produced this profit? Question mark. Certainly at the cost of the poor labor and the people they have got this profit. Full stop. The coffee houses are getting coffee at the rate of 210%. Full stop. At the same time, how do they sell coffee there? Question mark.